Hey gang, welcome to another edition of Doc Schlock, where it's a review of the movie The Brainsucker. It's the story of a bad dude. His name is Max, who is taken out of police custody. I believe he was supposed to be in prison, rolled up into a carpet, and taken to a mad scientist laboratory to try to make him a good person. The experiment goes completely wrong when the switch that goes from being bad to being good goes from being good to being bad, because the scientist's assistant, who's about as bright as a burned out light bulb, who I guess is supposed to be sort of the Igor to the Dr. Frankenstein, switches it over, and Max becomes once again an insane killer who feasts on brains. Now, no, Max is not a zombie, but it turns out he makes this device with a corkscrew in it and what looks to be some sort of a funnel that he sticks into people's heads and somehow manages to get their brains out of their heads. Well, he just goes on this continuous long spree of doing this, suckering people in, so to speak. And he meets up with a woman named Joanne, who falls in love with him, and he falls in love with her. But there's this voice in his head that keeps trying to tell him that he must continue to do what he does with the corkscrew and the funnel and all this. Some sort of funnel. Looked like a funnel. It looks so stupid. A child could have made it, and the child probably did. Max is also in the movie trying to get back at his mom, because, that's what all serial killers do. They blame everything on their moms. A couple of cops are after him, and they are about as bright as... they're about as bright as Abbott and Costello. No, more like Costello and the Three Stooges. There we go. They're on the trail of poor Max. Max and Joanne get into a car, drive off. They get into a plane, fly away. And while Joanne is flying the plane, Max is pretty much arguing with himself on whether to kill Joanne or not. He winds up putting the device on himself, sucks his own brain out. Now, how do you do that through a corkscrew? I have no idea. Sucks his own brain out, and that's pretty much it. So I guess to stop the voice in his head, he had to pull his brain out. And Joanne keeps flying the plane as Max is pretty much brain dead, I guess. So why did I not like this movie very much? Okay, there are so many parts to this movie. You can hear people in the background saying stuff like cut, louder, do something, stuff like that. You can hear directors in the background, whoever speaking. Now, I don't know if they did this on purpose or not, but if they did, and it was supposed to be a joke, the punchline was not that funny. There's one scene where Max actually goes to, I believe it's the top of a hill or something like that, and he yells out to the world, "I'm going to suck out your brains." Okay. Yeah, that makes a whole lot of sense. And every time he gets somebody's brain, it looks like silly putty you put in the microwave. That's how bad it looks. It doesn't even look close to like a human brain. And just from the scene where the mad scientist and the little switch looks like one of those things that's on a ship. The starboard thing, whatever they call it. I don't know. You kind of switch it back and forth. It looked like it was made out of cardboard or something. It's just an all-around really, really, really bad movie. Bad acting. And just the scene where Max and Joanne are trying to get away from the cops. You can tell they're just sitting in a car, and the cops are going after him. They're sitting in a car, and when they get into a plane, they're sitting in a plane. I don't know what the budget was in this movie, but I'm guessing maybe $100, if even that. So there you guys have it, a review of the Brainsucker, the ultimate frontal lobotomy, because you would definitely need one after watching this movie. If you like my videos, feel free to subscribe. If you have a horror, sci-fi horror, comedy horror, fantasy horror movie that really seemed to send it my way and I'll get on it ASAP. Thank you guys so very, very much for watching, and until next time, as always, stay strong and rock on. You know, you're gonna get a serious brain freeze from drinking all those chocolate milkshakes.